and Portia Monique live here at Rolling Out AM. It is your turn. What will you will for yourself today? So make it great, make it part of what you do, but definitely exercise, movement, and love. They are the calling for the day. Hey,
Good morning.
The sun is shining, shining, nice and bright. The birds are chirping, chirping, and I'm ready to fly. Time to get ready for another day. No one can stop us. We gon' learn to play. Every day we learn and play. We do our best, so we'll be great. You do your best, and I do mine. So let's get ready, 'cause it's about that time. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, how do you do? Good morning, time to be great. Good morning, time to wake. Good morning, try dance and play. Good morning, sun start to day. Good morning, open your eyes. Good morning, reach for the sky. Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning, 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 morning to you. Good morning, 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 how do you do? Good morning. You see me on my grind. Stars got to shine. I'm a supernova. Yeah, you see me taking over. Yeah, I'm on the move. I got a way to stride to it. So let me hear you say, every day we gonna learn and play.
Hey, it's every day we're going to work and play. It is Rolling Out AM coming your way with the well, and welcome to you. It is Good Morning, Tia Berry, Romeo International 2, Portia Monique from the D today. What up, though, everybody, and have a good day. This is Rolling Out AM, the wake-up call. Wake up, everybody. What's happening, Tia?
Good morning. It's hump day. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday. I'm with it.
Romeo, you up? You awake?
I am up. I am awake. It is a beautiful day. We are here. Yesterday was great. This morning was great. And this morning was great.
I love it. They had a whole idea on COVID testing. Britain has started to take shots, so we're on our way. So I guess, Romeo, we won't see any of the gargoyles from the vaccine jumping off any buildings, and Batman won't have to come save London. But the whole idea of what's going to happen when we take this COVID test, we're going to see any mutations or side effects. Right. Stay tuned for more Health IQ universal talk about the idea of should or shouldn't we have a virus shot.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Good job with the Health IQ in the evening times, helping people to understand what they can do for their bodies and what they can do to better their minds. So great job with that.
Yeah, thanks, Romeo. Peru is part of that Health IQ team. He must know a million doctors. That gentleman is such a blessing, and he knows a lot of doctors. But that doctor yesterday said something insightful. 10,000 ICUs a day of vitamin D.
Is that what he said? 10,000?
10,000.
10,000 ICUs.
ICUs, and for 2 weeks in a row, and the virus will not want to be hosted in your body. So,
6.
Once again, if you're in a sci-fi like me and Romeo, the idea of being a host, y'all need to understand them spirits. That virus needs somebody to live in. So, try and work hard not. The mask is so that you're not hosted. I mean, anybody that's had that virus, and I love Pretty V, and she literally was sharing how tough it was. And I haven't heard anybody that's had the virus that just said it was such a pleasurable thing to experience.
No, I ain't heard that either.
But unless they were asymptomatic and didn't know they had it.
Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that you infected all your friends, that is not a gift. That is not the Christmas gift we want. And I think I want us just to keep our awareness up because it is easy to just get tired, mass.
Yeah, which is why I think the government knows that they have to speed up this process to get this vaccination out, because America is just not the country that's going to stay at home for a year straight. We're just not.
Well, I
So
don't know.
they need to.
I don't know if it's America. I think that just bad leadership and bad signaling on how cool it was to learn how to write a letter. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write 5 letters today, just so I can send out some notes, go to the recycle spot and maybe find me some old Christmas cards on sale and actually write everybody, as many people as I can, and send them some Christmas cards. But I think it's good to try. I'm not paying for any avocado slices. I am clearly able to cut an avocado open and not pay $5. And as a matter of fact, I carry them in my own plastic bag now, Romeo. They in trouble. I just might break it out right there and put it on my own sandwich here, Barry. I'm there.
Why not? We've learned how to make guacamole. So yeah.
You do like chips and guac?
Well, I just do toast, like little toastings and whatnot. But yes, and
you
it's
make
delicious.
Guacamole toast that they charge you $15.
You know what I'm saying?
$15. You get a whole bag for $6 at Costco with the avocados. A whole bag.
A whole bag.
A whole bag. Lasts you a whole week.
Yeah, we went to Costco on Monday.
Bag of spinach, $6.
This the little baby spinach, the little bucket.
You cook that spinach down and be like, what happened to my spinach?
I don't even cook it down no more. Like, I might heat it up just a little bit, but I can eat my little spinach raw.
I said the same thing. Who is we? Who is we cooked?
Don't do that.
I like spinach. I like sauteed spinach. Love me some spinach. I'm probably.
Yeah.
I think you got to enjoy it every way. Definitely do that. But once again, 8 glasses of water, 8 to 10.
Agua.
10. The molecule.
H2O.
There you go. But what is it?
Hydrogen. 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen.
Right. And so you put oxygen in your body and in your bloodstream when you're drinking water. The benefits are beyond it's just lubricating. It actually gives you beautiful, 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 beautiful oxygen, which the blood and organs, and you want to know why you don't have the ability to be limber? Well, a little water will help put that in perspective. So at any rate, it is obviously social time coming up soon, but we know it's Tierra Berry. Ooh.
Let's get into this report. Got some stories today.
Rolling out AM. It's wake up call. Peace.
Let's go, y'all.
All right, so first up, we have an interesting story that came out last night. R&B singer Anne Marie made an emotional 911 call after her friend was shot in the head. So she's been arrested and is facing charges in the shooting of her male friend. She was screaming and pleading for help on the phone before emergency responders arrived, according to the phone call, which was obtained by TMZ. It doesn't shed much light on what happened in the hotel room where the incident actually took place. She does tell the dispatcher at one point in the conversation that she reached for a towel and implied that it led to her friend accidentally getting shot. Amid her screaming and crying, she's also heard saying, "I love you" to the shooting victim, who is 24-year-old Jonathan Wright. After several minutes, police and emergency workers arrived to the scene. It seems to be a really, really scary situation, and he is currently in the hospital in dire condition. After investigating, she's been arrested and booked for possession of a firearm and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Wright was transported to a hospital in critical condition, as I said. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on in the water here in Atlanta.
Well, I don't know what happened. Did he die?
He's in critical condition. That's all we know.
The gun fell and hit the floor, right?
I'm sorry?
The gun fell and hit the floor.
Yeah, so basically, the police report says that it was a bullet entry wound in his forehead with an exit wound in his left temple, as well as some shots across the Intercontinental and Buckhead hotel room that they were in.
What did they say? It was only one shot though, right?
Only one shot hit him, but it was about 2 or 3 bullets in the chamber that went off. Allegedly, she says that she dropped the gun.
Here's the thing. So my educated butt, when I went to when I went to my class to learn about the CPO license and all of that, there are inner safety mechanisms that prevents a gun from going off once it's dropped. And so our instructor told us, like, if the gun is falling, don't reach for it, because if it falls, it won't go off because of the safety mechanisms that a lot of people don't know about. So it's one for the chamber and then it's one for the trigger as well. He said, but if you go for it and you're trying to reach for it and you put your finger in the little trigger part, it may go off. So you just let it fall and it won't go off. So he said a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah. Romeo, you think that she's being honest that this was all an accident?
I went to Georgia Tech, right? I'm not a rocket scientist. Let me get up. Let me see something.
Get up. You're not getting up, right? You gotta get up.
I want to help the rolling out listeners. Let me see. Okay. Hey, here's a gun. I'm standing up. Oh no. The one bullet travels all the way up and hits me in my forehead. Yeah, that don't count, right? That don't add.
It says that it fell off the table.
It fell off the table and hit me in my forehead. I'm sorry.
She's going to jail. Yeah. And I get it, in my former life, you have like, okay, so let's be clear. I've never picked up a gun before going to my class, but you would have flashes because somebody could make you that upset in my former life, right? In my past life, when I was young, before I had kids, whatever. You could get upset to where you have visions of doing something like that. And it's just unfortunate that when those type of things are around, sometimes we make those visions into fruition.
Right.
Yeah. Where you go? I don't know if he was sitting down or not.
In your former life, I
no,
like scientists, right?
Right.
In your former life. Say that part again.
In my former life. I mean, but I became a mama and responsible. And because here's the thing, young people, I'm not even gonna narrow it down to women, but young people, a lot of times they don't have a lot to risk, right? And so when you don't have a lot to risk, you end up doing risky things. Mm-hmm. And it could put you in situations like this because you're not thinking about, well, I got my mom to take care of, I got my daddy to take care of, I got my kids to take care of. I got to make sure that, I have this income coming in to make sure that we got a roof over our head. I got to make sure, bills are paid. Like a lot of young people don't have those woes. And so when you don't have those woes, you're quicker to make a snap decision than you are when you have to think about, right. Damn, I got to put it in perspective. I'm not losing all of that for you. I'm not risking all of that for you. So,
yeah. Yeah, it is sad because she is only 24 years old. She is a pretty known singer, a very beautiful girl. And actually she's heard amidst her screaming and crying, it's on the 911 call. She says, "I love you" to the victim. So
thank you, Iris Baker. She better come up with a better lie. Hey man, y'all gotta learn how to lie better. Jesus Christ.
And she didn't think it through. And sometimes those guns, from what I'm hearing, because I don't know, but sometimes they have like really trigger, I don't know what the terminology for it is, but the trigger is quick to go off.
Mhm.
And like, even though you, depending on the type of gun, right? Even though you may be, threatening or whatever their situation was, I just
Right.
pray that everything works out. I pray that he does not die, because that would be a murder charge.
Mhm.
And I pray that she gets out.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't, and good luck to her. Hey, brother, I'm praying for you.
Mommy,
And
that's mean.
Man, if y'all don't start using logic, we're not finna be.
At 24, how much logic did you have?
Well, we talking about the gun logic of falling off the table and hitting the man.
I definitely think she made a snap decision, and when she made that phone call, she did not have an idea of what she was going to say when she called the police.
There you go. So that's her fault. Please,
I hope and pray that it works out for them.
Yeah, I hope he survives. I think that's the most important thing at this point. Whether or not she goes to jail, he I mean, we don't know what happened between them prior, but he shouldn't die. So speaking of unfortunate shootings, this was a very sad story. A story that I know we've all been tired of hearing in 2020, because it does just seem like another name when it comes to these cops and the things that are happening with them in our community. So the feds are going to investigate a sheriff deputy that killed a Black man entering his own home in Columbus, Ohio. So get this. Last week, in a case that is now being investigated by federal authorities, Casey Goodson, 23 years old, was fatally shot on Friday by a 17-year veteran of the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, identified as Deputy Jason Mead. Mead was working on the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force looking for violent offenders at the time, but Goodson was not the person being sought out by the task force, according to Columbus police. Goodson had put his keys into his door before he was shot and fell into the kitchen, where his 5-year-old brother and his 72-year-old grandmother saw him lying on the ground with a Subway sandwich. He did carry a concealed carrier permit for his gun, so he was legally armed at the time of the shooting. He did not commit any crimes. He has no criminal background and was not the target of any investigation.
Wait a minute. So he did have a gun on him?
He had a gun on him, but he was allowed to carry. He had his permit to carry.
How convenient for the police officer. Why did they stop him?
Yeah. Go back.
There's no reason currently as to why they stopped him. And according to police, no other officers witnessed the shooting. No civilian eyewitnesses have been identified. And there's no body camera footage of the actual shooting, because Franklin County Sheriff's Task Force officers aren't issued body cameras.
Well, what I'm saying is, and I'm not, what I'm saying, I think what I'm saying is what Portia was trying to say. He didn't just shoot the man going into the house. What was happening before the house? Like, was there
nobody knows. According to the officer, he was a suspect that he ended up getting into it with, and I guess the suspect didn't want to comply or stop, and he was just trying to go inside his house.
That's the part that Black men miss. Y'all gotta start, and I hate saying this because I don't want to be that guy, but y'all gotta start. Hey man, you need me to stop? Cool. You need to talk to me? Cool. You need me to listen? Cool. It does matter. It's not cool. It does matter. It does matter the conversation. The conversation matters. Hey sir, hey Romeo, we want to stop you. Okay, what you want to talk to me about? Because the fact that the man turned around and put, like you said, hypothetically, we don't know the situation, but if he turned around and put his keys in the door or whatever like that, he wasn't in compliance with the officer. There's ways
that doesn't warrant getting shot in the head.
It doesn't warrant getting shot. It does warrant getting home. Like, people don't, like, we're not in a winning position in this game. In this chess piece, we're not in a winning position.
Yeah.
Stop. I would rather you stop. What, you need to take me somewhere to figure out you're wrong? Great, do that.
Don't take me nowhere. I don't want to go nowhere with you.
So he got shot in the head?
I might be confusing the last word with this one, but it was a fatal shooting on site. Like he collapsed into his foyer. In addition to that, Columbus racial tension goes beyond policing. Black residents say the town's history of redlining, segregation, and gentrification of Black neighborhoods has also been at a boiling point. Columbus is the fourth most economically segregated metro area in the country. According to a study by the University of Toronto, the city is 59% white and 28% Black. To me, it's just senseless. I get that he might have been supposed to be in a conversation with the officer, but again, we don't know because we don't know the body footage. So what you're saying, Romeo, could be true to an extent where he should have turned around and talked. We also don't know if he did or if he didn't or what happened between him. And now he's dead and he can't tell his side of the story. And on top of that, his 5-year-old brother now has to see what happens when you interact with police officers.
Well, and that's my point, TR. I'm not on the officer side. I'm on the side of this is not our chess piece. This is not our game. We're not going to win this game. If the officer says stop, stop. If he says I need to talk to you or put your hands up, put your hands up. We're not gonna win the altercation of verbal. We're not gonna win the altercation of it's not me, or turning around and making any sudden moves, because they're still gonna have the law on their end of the game. We're just gonna have a non-compliance on our end. He didn't comply. I asked him to do this, and like you said, there's no footage showing otherwise. So who's gonna get the upper hand? Him. That's all I'm saying. Like we gotta start just, and it's sad, we gotta start just shutting up and just being like, okay, what you want to talk to me about? No, that's not me. No, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. Please pull up your record. It's our. I hate putting Black people in a defense mode, but it's the way we have to communicate in those situations. We really got to be calm in those situations, because we've seen 2020. We're not winning. We're not winning none of those conversations.
We ain't been winning for hundreds of years.
I mean, yeah. I just feel like if we giving in at this point, that's like asking them, can we be slaves again? Like I feel like I feel like I can't just be like, okay, yeah, every interaction I have with the police. I get what you're saying, like make it home, but we still have to be planning and strategizing for a better future.
Is it giving in? I really want to know that. Is it giving in? Is it giving in? Is it giving in if Portia's 17-year-old son?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't.
Is it giving in if Portia's 17-year-old son shuts up, sir? What do you need? This, that, and the third. Sir, please call my mother. I'm a minor. You're talking to me. And that's his conversation. Because when they show that footage, I would rather see him.
If there's footage.
Right, but
right.
In the end, Portia has. Let me tell you what my mom. This is why I love my mom and my aunts. And I'm pretty. Portia has the ability to do this, and your mama has the ability to do this with you. Portia has the ability to say, "That's not my son. My son didn't speak to you like that. I know my son." Right? And a lot of these parents don't have the ability to say that. Why? Because their son has been taken away from them, or their daughter has been taken away from them. I hate it. But we gotta learn how to hold our conversations. We do.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that we don't know exactly what happened in this situation because there's no footage. The dead man can't speak. The police officer, we know they have a history of lying.
Yeah. It's just
5-year-old is gonna be traumatized. Grandma is traumatized. Yeah. You know, it's just
and the thing for me is I've seen enough TV, I've seen enough news stories of what happens when these crazy people go and shoot up bars, shoot up churches, shoot up schools with 5th graders and 4th graders, and massacres have happened. In my childhood, like I remember I think I was in middle school when it was a Sandy Hook situation. Like I remember being petrified of going to school. And somebody who goes shoots up a church gets to go to Burger King before he goes to jail. And you have a 23-year-old Black man who can't get into his house so you can knock on his door and ask to speak to him. That's the difference for me. That's when we talk about privilege, and when we talk about what people get away with that we don't get to get away with, when we did nothing wrong but still have to be on this defensive mode. That's not how we deserve to live life, because they don't live life that way.
But that's the part that scares me as a Black man. Me, it's defense first. Defense. I'm gonna speak from personal. My cousin, I love her to death. She's angry all the time. She acts all the time. It's an action, right? Now, what happens when that action becomes that death? We as young Black men, for some reason, we're fighting so much. We're fighting so much every day for the simplicities of respect, like you said. And another white person, or a person, I can't even say a person of color, I'm just gonna say white. A white person can go, like you said, shoot up a church, tear up a city, and apparently they protecting themselves. We, on the other hand, I literally have to, I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's not even a fear factor. If I was stopped and they said, "Sir, step out the car, spread your legs, do a somersault," I'm gonna do all that shit just to get home. I'm about to handle.
You doing a somersault?
I'm doing a whole somersault, because they're gonna win the conversation, and I hate thinking that way. Like Portia made the point of the only voice they get to hear right now is that officer's voice, right? You said that, TR. Mm-hmm. Now that officer's voice is it. Period.
Yeah. Unless they can find ring, whatever the ring bell
or probable cause
is. Well, I want to see video, so I'm hoping that at least somebody got ring video footage. What's the ring bell?
The bell. You think somebody made
that? Nas? Yeah, he invested in. Anyway, sometimes those come in handy. So we got guests, y'all.
Or parents need to learn. I don't know if you've done this to your kids, TR. I don't know if you have this on your phone or your Apple Watch, but you can actually automate Siri to say danger and automatically records. Mm-hmm. Like your phone or your Apple Watch automatically record.
Hey. I see Christmas in the background. Maybe I need to put my little tree in my little corner over there. I love it. Good morning, Cacao. You are on mute. Actually, not unmute.
I gotta ask Dawn and Shado, because they be with me. What the getting home? Black men getting home. Is it? And I'm asking the two of y'all. Is it really that?
Yeah. Did you guys hear about this story?
No, I did not.
No.
Yeah, this just happened last Friday. 23-year-old shot and killed by a police officer trying to get into his house. I guess there was something going on within the community that they were looking for a suspect, and he was not the suspect though. He just had his gun on him, which he was
rightfully so.
Carry, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was trying to get into his house, and he literally got shot with his key in the door, and his 5-year-old brother and his 72-year-old grandmother, witnessed the whole thing.
So with that being said, Don and I both, between the two of us, have 4 sons, and between the ages of 14 and 24. And so something I have realized it's been helpful for me is I have a couple white neighbors that I've connected with. And so they know who is in my house, who shouldn't be. They will come out. I have a great neighbor, Jerry. Shout out to Jerry. He's been there for 56 years. But he definitely is an accomplice, because he will be, if the police are there, he will come and be right there. So getting into your house is crazy that these things are happening. But at the same time, I realized the things I need to do to protect my son, because you know, there are little boys, but like you said, they're killing these young men. And so that's what I've done. Jerry and I have become friends. I've become friends with a couple neighbors. So if you see any cops, come out, please. I've told them, because my son does belong here. This is his house. So I have had that discussion recently.
You know, and the crazy thing is that they are allowed to continue to do this. And so as long as that they are allowed to do it, it seems like it's never going to stop. I mean, we've been knowing that this has been happening since we were brought here. And so the fact that this is still happening, are we surprised? No. Are we angry? Yeah. And I feel like we're just getting to that point where we're getting angry and angry. And we're like, look, this current generation is not past generations. What, I don't know if you can cuss on this show, but you've seen, you know, those memes on Instagram and Facebook. We're like, we're not our future generations. We will mess you up.
Right. Right, Coco. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Well, let's get on a happier note. But thanks for bringing that up, Tara. Because you have Coco and Lala on.
What up? What up?
Duo right here, helping it up with Coco and Lala today, right?
Yes. Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much, Shay and Dawn, for having us. Shout out to Rolling Out. This is an amazing platform.
Good morning, Coco. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good morning, Portia.
I'm excited.
Thank you all for having us. Thank you so much.
Is Lala coming on screen?
Lala.
No, I literally just got off work, guys, like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
You know how that goes. I've been up all night, so I didn't want to bless y'all with the work look. I'm sorry.
Well, we love your screen. Your screensaver is awesome.
The screenshot is what I normally look.
Yeah, you do. She does. Her hair is always that awesome too. Every time I see her, I'm like, "Did you go to the salon?" It's like, "No, I just woke up and did."
I mean, it's so much work. I just thank you, Shay. Thank you.
Yes, you look beautiful as always.
Okay, I see it now. Yes, it is beautiful. Yes. So I'm excited. I just turned pescatarian.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm looking for recipes, so I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah,
we have plenty of recipes.
We're gonna
we got you, especially because you said pescatarian, right? Mm-hmm. So we have this amazing banana blossom recipe. The girl tastes like catfish.
All right, banana blossom. The name is throwing me off though, but
no. Straight up. For some reason, this is one of those magical recipes. Look, Coco and Lala has been around for 3 years. Okay. And when we started, I was just getting into the realm of giving up meat, like just in it. And I used to go to this church and, they'd always be like, don't eat meat, eat this. And they give us these fake meat options. And I'd be like, no, what is that? I don't want that. Give me the meat.
Yeah.
Right. And so we watched this documentary and I'm like, dang, because my background is nursing. So I watched this documentary on Netflix and I was like, I'm going to try to give up meat.
Which one? Which documentary? What the Health? Is that the one you watched?
Yeah, I watched What the Health. And Lala, who was already vegetarian off and on her whole entire life, decided to go vegan. So that's one of the unique things about our show, because typically vegans and vegetarians, they don't play in the same sandbox. But here we are, we have a show. So I'm like, okay, we got everybody covered. Okay. We got the vegans covered. We got the vegetarians covered. And so on the show, we test recipes.
And the pescatarians. And look,
we straight up keep it real. Right. But we do got a recipe for you. We got 2. When you said pescatarian, I said, okay, we're going to hit her with the catfish. That's the banana blossom. And then we're going to hit her with the vegan crab cakes, which are bomb.
Yes. Oh, you're gonna be ready to go for it in 2021.
Wait a minute, where I get the vegan crab cakes from?
First of all, yes, you can buy them, but we have a recipe as well.
What do we put in it?
All right.
Hold on, bring it back. We're digressing. Okay, because okay, go ahead, Dawn. I'm sorry.
Hold on, we got questions.
Let's flow with Dawn and Shay.
Okay, go ahead, Dawn.
Get them done.
So clearly, plant-based is more than just a trend within the community, right? Everybody is in. Portia's everybody. We are all in.
Mhm.
Black person is in as far as plant-based. So tell us the why. Again, we know Black people lead, just about everything in regards to a trend. And so when we start something, everybody falls in line. So
Okay.
tell us why, this is so important for the Black community to go plant-based or meatless or vegetarian.
I
Here's
think
the. Oh, I'm
for
gonna let
me,
Lala
I
go and then
think
I'll go.
it's I mean, it's almost like, and Coco says this a lot, when you know better, you do better. And so many of us are know or have family members that have died because they can't just let go of some food. I mean, I have a relative that he should be here, but he couldn't let it go. And we need to live longer for our legacy, for our children, and I just think that the ways that we used to eat, yeah, it may be good, I never had them. Chitlins may be great, but they're not good for you. I've never had them. I heard they smell, but I heard they're extremely delicious. But if you know that you have high blood pressure and you know that you have a clogged artery, there are certain things that you do not need to be eating. And chitlins is one of them. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to just do better. That's my thought.
Thank you, Lala. Please say that for the people in the back, our ancestors, our relatives that still are eating them, that want to convince me that we should be eating chitlins. I'm like, no, they're not a delicacy to me. Sorry.
And Shay, and the reason why I brought that up is because for real, like my parents sent me a photo on Thanksgiving, and I'm like, what is that? And it was like a sheet of something that they're cleaning, and I'm like, okay, you gotta clean this, you gotta do all this extra just so you can eat this so-called delicacy, and and I hope they're not listening, and that y'all do not need to be eating this because y'all have high blood pressure, that y'all's arteries are clogged, and I'm just saying, it's like, for real, I want y'all to be here, and I would hate for it to be like, they're gone too soon because they can't let go of some stuff.
And for me, I'm gonna echo. It absolutely, Black people need to eat better because of health. We lead in so many diseases: heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and it's like we get to this point where we're like, oh, of course I have it because my grandma had it. And so it's this thing that's being accepted to be passed down from generation to generation. And it's like, I don't want to pass down bad health. I want to pass down good health because health is wealth, and so I think we need to let some things go. I believe that Black people hold on to certain kinds of foods because when we came here, when we were stolen, and we were robbed of certain things. We were told you couldn't speak this language, you can't dress a certain way, look a certain way, you couldn't eat a certain way. We were taken from the foods that we knew. So now we're holding on to things like food, even though it's bad. We're holding on to music that's when you internalize it, it's not good. So that's why I think our community is having a hard time letting certain things go. They know that it's not good for you, but you have to do better. The culture depends on us being here.
And Coco, to echo that, it's generational, to how we perceive ourselves, right? Like it's in our DNA that we've been eating like this so long. So it's not like you just wake up one day like, oh, I want chitlins, oh, I want diabetes. But if your grandmother had it, then your mother, you're probably going to be prone to have it too.
You're like, oh, what? Grandma had it. This
right.
This what it is.
And that's in, it's how you eat, right? In your families. And so if your family's eating like that, then that's what you're used to. That's all you're used to. So to change that trajectory, it takes a long time. I know I'm a product of it. My parents are from the South. And so, when I stopped eating red meat and pork 9 years ago, they were like, I got made fun of it, everything. Now look, my sister don't eat red meat or pork. Like it just started trickling down. And they realized, like, do you want to be on pills the rest of your life to survive? Or would you like to eat a decent, clean diet?
Right.
And Shay, I mean, I want to piggyback off of what you're saying too, is because, when as Black Americans, when we get some food, we go there. It's not just it's not just unhealthy. It's like straight, we're gonna fry it, we're gonna double fry it, we're gonna, we go there. It's gotta be the butter, the ham hock, it's gotta be everything. But here's the thing, when you think about our ancestors, I'm a major like documentary buff. And if you think about our ancestors in Africa, they had the chicken but they ate stuff that they raised the chicken. They knew where it was coming from. They got the fish, they had the potatoes, whatever, the plantain, all this stuff was from their gardens, and it was healthier for them. Now, think about it. In the 90s, chicken was a certain size. Now chicken is the size of our head. One piece is the size of our head. And we wonder why these girls have like booties and chests and all these hormones. This stuff is killing us. And not to say that everybody's got to be vegan or vegetarian. It's your choice. I don't want people to think that I'm like this kooky vegan that's like, oh my gosh,
and
everybody's got to be vegan. But I'm not.
Okay, but
I love everybody. I think that we have to realize that there's so much hormones and so much things that's in our food now that's really, it's causing the cancers and all the things that we're seeing, these diseases that we're seeing.
Okay, so we want to help it. Okay, we're talking about all things bad, lady. Let's transition to.
I'm just saying, because I'm like, what? Let's talk about the food. What y'all do?
How do we transition,
where do I watch the podcast?
So how do we transition into a healthy lifestyle? What is the gradual to change that lifestyle?
Well, I'm glad you said gradual, because there's a term that we coined on the show, literally. It's called healthing it up. And healthing it up literally means taking that gradual baby step into something more healthy. We know people ain't just gonna drop it. Like, we realize some things are hard to just drop. If it's a habit, it's hard to drop. If it's tradition, it's hard to drop. So we say, go ahead and take the time that you need. It is okay to be on your journey. And so it's okay to make a mistake. So if you're the type of person that eats bacon every morning for breakfast, 7 days a week, straight up, cut that back. Maybe only eat it 4 times a week, and we would still consider that healthing it up. I tell people, I say, okay, how many meats are there really? Because think about this: there's pork, there's beef, there's chicken or poultry, there's seafood, right? How many vegetables are there? Literally like hundreds to thousands of vegetables that you could sit up here and rotate through. You can't never get tired of it. And there's so many different ways to cook it. There's so many different seasonings. Y'all already know how we cook. We put our foot in everything. We're doing the same thing to these vegetables as well.
Right.
Yeah. So okay,
go ahead.
Well, so I want to know about y'all podcast. Like, tell me about the podcast. Where can we find it? What type of things do you guys do? When does it air? All of that type of stuff.
So we don't have a podcast yet, but we do have a Facebook cooking show.
Okay, so it's a cooking show. Okay.
Yeah, so we literally are physically showing you how to cook this stuff up live. Because if we're tasting a product and it ain't good, we're gonna say, I heard you guys camera. I have walked off camera and be like, Lala's like, where are you going? And then she'd be like, sorry, you guys, she's spitting it out. And I'm like, They said this tastes like brownie. This don't taste like no brownie. They said this is a hot dog. This don't taste like no hot dog. And so you can catch us on Facebook live. Otherwise, catch it whenever you can. But the Facebook show is called Keeping Up with Coco and Lala. We also have a radio show. If you download the free app, KMOJ app, click on the little speaker icon at the bottom. Click on between the 2 stations. It's called The Ice. We actually host the only vegan and vegetarian talk radio show in the country. We have a lot of celebrity interviews on that radio.
Black Girl Magic.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So when does the Facebook Live air? Is it weekly? Is it daily?
Yep, she said daily. You trying to get us to go?
She's like, I need recipes.
I need some recipes.
So here's the thing: we've been on for 3+ years, so there are 3+ years worth of recipes sitting on that page. But we are live on Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay, so that's 2:30.
So I need to know what are some of your favorite recipes. So one of mine, can I just say this, that I've discovered is I make the cabbage steaks. I
Yes.
take cabbage and then, put them in the oven, season them up just like you would do a steak. And they cut, you guys, tender like a steak.
Really?
And that has been, yes. And my kids.
Hold on, let me text this.
I'll text it to you, Portia. I'll text it to you. It's very, aren't you guys proud of me? And it's very good. And my kids love it. And my son actually goes, it ain't steak, but it cuts like steak. So I'll give you that, Mom. But he'll eat it. So tell us, give us some recipes that we can, put in our lives, implement in our lives.
I love making, this is so simple. I love making fried rice with cauliflower. Literally cauliflower rice. And I'm like, quick, get some frozen vegetables, throw it in there with the rice, cauliflower, the frozen cauliflower. I'm not doing all the putting it in the blender. I mean, I could, but I'm not. And some soy sauce, and it's just simple. I love that because it's simple and easy. That's one of my favorite. And then the fish, the banana blossom fish, because I miss that.
I told you, Portia.
That southern fish.
So
yeah.
So what's the banana blossom fish? Girl, I need to know. So what is it? So
we're gonna have a Wellness Wednesday with Don and Shay at our noon and live cooking show, Don. So they can show us how to make this.
So here's the thing. So we put up this. So we're also on TikTok. So TikTok is a good way to get a quick little recipe done in 30 seconds. So look on TikTok. We have that banana blossom recipe on TikTok. Our TikTok is Real Coco and Lala. Check it out because this straight up looks like fish. It tastes like fish, girl. We putting hot sauce on it at the end and everything.
Okay.
It is bomb. I would say my favorite recipes. One of them is the one with the kids love. So I have a big family, right? And so I have young kids who be looking at my stuff like, what is that? So one of these days I made cauliflower bolognese. So it was cauliflower, rice cauliflower. I seasoned it like meat. So we literally put taco seasoning and put your onions and your garlic and your bell peppers, however you do your meat. And then put the spaghetti sauce on it and then put it over spaghetti noodles straight up. My 6-year-old was like, this is the best meal ever.
Cannot
like we had this for dinner every night. And I was like, hey,
just don't tell
you know what? If my family loves it, like you like it, I love it. The other thing I would say really quickly is the cauliflower wings. Because I love me some chicken wings.
Coco,
now
they don't taste like wings.
Before you say, I know they taste just like chicken. I'm not saying it's gonna taste like chicken, but they are really, really good. They're really crunchy on the outside if you do that batter right. Because some recipes out there, they ain't doing it right.
I'm trying to find y'all so I can see what the heck is in this banana blossom. Is it banana? Is it banana?
It's the flower from the banana
It's a flower.
It's a blossom from the banana tree. I don't know where. I don't know how it grows. I've never seen one. But it's in a can. And then you get it from one of your international markets. And then you literally dip it in a wet batter, and then you dip it in your cornmeal batter, and it is so amazing. Like you go straight
thank you for giving me that visual.
Yes,
I'm gonna make it.
Yes.
I'm gonna make it. Then Don and I are gonna eat it because Don knows I'll make her something. Come over and try this.
Show you all the ingredients on the TikTok video, straight up. Yeah,
I didn't even know you could do that with TikTok. I'm learning that new today. I thought TikTok was all about this and whatever they do.
Nah, girl.
Oh, they do okay. I'm learning something new. That dates me, right? I didn't know that. So I thought y'all was dancing while you was cooking or something.
So that's an idea, right?
Yeah, well, hey,
that'll go viral.
It's all about the body. So body out while you cook. So
we're in Christmas time, right? It's holiday season. Right. We just had Thanksgiving. Christmas is coming up. Family, if you are practicing social distancing. Anyway, family is together. And we want sweets. Like we make the peach cobblers, we make the upside down 7-Up cake, we make the cookies. What alternatives do we have for vegan and or I don't know. I don't know.
Plenty, Portia.
Girl, you ain't got to change some of the recipes. Look.
Because one of our favorites is a lemon pound cake. And literally with vegan caramel sauce, which is ridiculously amazing. And we have a picture of that on our Instagram and how we use it.
What's the Instagram?
I mean,
We're
not
about to bring it
Instagram,
up.
It's on TikTok. It's on TikTok. Real Coco and Lala. It's on TikTok.
I don't
as
know
well.
if we can bring up TikTok. Can we bring up TikTok, producer?
And the cool thing about this pound cake is it's from a box, and because if you're short on time, you're like, okay, I mean, you could go do all the extra, but you're short on time. It's Betty Crocker, and then how we get it to rise instead of egg is we use applesauce.
Girl, you just gave away a secret. Okay.
Yes. And so that is amazing. And then here's the other thing. My husband, I love sweet potato pie. Okay, so I make sweet potato pie with no egg. And my husband loves like pecan, praline. So I'll make the sweet potato pie, and then I'll make a vegan praline to go on top, pecan praline to go on top of the sweet potatoes. So we get down when it comes to the sweet. We can get down when it comes to the sweet.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right.
Yay.
I'm sad to say.
Well, we have lots of recipes. That's quite a few. And tell us again, when is your Facebook show?
So the Facebook show is live on Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. The radio show is live Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then, of course, you can always catch us on Instagram and TikTok at any time.
All right. What's your Instagram? We're going to pull up the Instagram right quick. What's the Instagram?
The Instagram is Real Coco and Lala.
Can we pull up the y'all got pictures of food and stuff up there?
Girl,
too, right? Okay.
Are you hungry, Portia? It's just like
sincerely, I'm excited to try the new recipes, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
I want the steak that you were talking about, Shay.
Okay, I got you on that.
I definitely want the lemon pound cake. I love sweet potato pie. Like, I'm excited to try all these recipes. So a while back I went keto, right? So I would do off and on with keto. Of course, I lost some weight. But recently, I think it was as early as September, I completely stopped like bacon and chicken and all. My mental was corrupted, and that was all that I needed. And I just completely stopped, like cold turkey. I'm good. It landed me in the hospital because I didn't replace the proteins. But now I got my iron, I got my vitamin D, I got my vitamins that I take, but I just completely stopped. And so I'm excited to try these different recipes because I've just been eating Brussels sprouts, I've been eating spinach, I've been eating cucumbers, blueberries, and I'm about, I need some variety. And salmon is the only fish that I'm eating. So.
I do want people to know about protein because I know people are confused about protein, and I used to work at Bally Total Fitness, which is now like Lifetime or LA Fitness, one of those two. Right. And they would always tell us, personal trainers, like, you got to get your protein, you got to eat your chicken breast, you got to eat, your fish.
Right.
Girl, when I found out that protein is grown, and when you're eating meat, you're eating secondhand protein, I was shook. Because that was not what they were telling us. And so you can definitely get protein from grown things, meaning your vegetables, meaning your beans, your lentils. Right. So I want to bust that myth that meat is the only way to get protein, because sometimes that's the first question people will ask is, well, how do you get your protein if you don't eat meat? Well, when you're eating your meat, sometimes you're eating secondhand protein. I'm eating it firsthand because I went and bought it, okay, because it's grown.
right.
Tell it. Here's my favorite Coco and Lala recipe is black beans made with the taco seasoning, wrapped in lettuce with avocado and tomato.
Did we make that? Did we make that in my meal prep?
Yeah, we made that in your event.
Yeah.
But we also
had
had sweet potatoes in there. Remember, we cut up sweet potatoes and put it in there?
Yes, they were so bomb. So yes. This is exciting.
So you take away the carbs of the bread or the wrap or the taco or the tortilla.
Right.
And you use a lettuce leaf instead. And I'm going to tell you, absolutely delicious.
We have your Instagram that's queued up. Let's go to the Instagram so we can see some of these delicious ideas and recipes and foods.
There it is.
Dessert in the corner.
Oh yeah, what is that?
My gosh. Okay.
Oh, I like the asparagus.
Oh yes. Okay, y'all don't have just like cutesy food. Like y'all got food. Yes.
We trying to eat.
We like to eat.
They got food.
Boy Black people want to see real food.
Yeah, black people. Yeah, we have black.
Y'all don't just have right. Okay, that's what's up.
Well, we are so excited that you guys came on. Thank you for sharing this time. Your beautiful faces with your beautiful views and your beautiful look on wellness and nutrition is amazing. Don and I love it. We love that we're part of your journey and part of this whole Black Girl Magic movement, because we are here to stay forever and ever and co-create together. Thank you for joining us on Let Go, Let Flow with Rolling Out. We love rolling out, and congratulations on just being dope and being who you are, Coco and Lala. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shay and Don, for having us on the show. Thank you for rolling out, for having us as well. We appreciate y'all.
All right. Much love. Happy holidays. And as always, let go, let flow. Inhale the positive, exhale the negative. Thank you. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Y'all. Great guess, y'all. I love it. Am I on by myself? My co-host and left me, y'all. I'm going to follow them right now.
I like the fact that on the Instagram I saw real food versus.
That's what I'm saying. It's just not appetizer, shishi poo poo, crudité. Yeah, like it's
with
just
a cute little leaf or something. Mm-hmm.
It's food. That's what I'm talking about. I want some food. FEWD. I'm going to follow them, y'all.
How many meals do you eat a day now, Portia?
Okay, so everybody know that, you know, my mom lives with me, so she makes me breakfast. I get snack. I get lunch. I get snack. And yesterday I wasn't feeling well. And so I retired early. But right before I went to bed, I had some Brussels sprouts and I was good, right? Brussels sprouts and vegetables. And then I get up to my room and she brings me some more. I'm like, I don't want to eat no more. But I ate them. I ate it. I eat whatever she puts in front of me. So we're experimenting. Avocado. We made guacamole. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I say we made, but I sat there and I watched her make it. I did. I sat there and I watched her make the guacamole. So I know how to make it. I just didn't physically make it.
Now, is everyone in the household trying to transition?
Absolutely not. And I really feel bad because, so my mom is. So she stopped eating the meat, a lot of it, right? So we stopped eating. We don't necessarily do red meat, but they'll still do chicken. Like the boys are like, we good, mama, that's on you. I be like, no, y'all don't need to eat the meat. They're like, nope, mom, don't ruin it for us. Like, we don't need to know all of the mental stuff. We good. So I'm working on them.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, I do have one more story, and we, since we are on the topic of white privilege, I found this to be really interesting. So, Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett's show with her mom and her daughter Willow, featured Lori Loughlin's daughter Olivia Jade, who was a part of the big college admission scandal, which Lori and her husband have gone to prison for only like 30 or 60 days. I think Lori's going to be home by Christmas, and then after she comes home, her husband goes in for like a 2-month stint at, I think, the prison of their choosing. Anyway, Lori Loughlin's daughter, Olivia, wanted to come on Red Table Talk and clear the air and apologize and acknowledge her privilege or whatever. And Jada's mom was more upset about her coming on the show because she said that reaching out to 3 Black women to issue this apology is just very... She just found it not to be sincere. She said that she was kind of just doing it just to do it. And when she goes home, she's still going to have privilege on her side and being rich on her side. And she's going to get to move on, while Black women specifically are going to continue to deal with real issues. So let's play the clip of Jada's mom kind of explaining why she was upset that Jada had her on the show.
I don't have it. I don't have a clip.
Ashley's to play the clip. Producer Ashley, where you at? Can we play the clip?
There we go.
I'm not trying to victimize myself. I don't want pity. I don't deserve pity. You messed up. I just want a second chance to be like, I recognize I messed up. And for so long, I wasn't able to talk about this because of the legalities behind it. I never got to say, I'm really sorry that this happened, or I really own that this was a big mess up on everybody's part. But I think everybody feels that way in my family right now.
Thoughts, Romeo?
Oh, she's just 9 o'clock. Cute, so delightful.
That was my thought. She cute.
She got a great Instagram. You know, I think she's doing well and stuff like that. You know what?
So which daughter was that? Which daughter was that? The daughter that got caught, or was that the other daughter?
That was the youngest one.
So that was the one that got caught.
Yeah. So she had applied to USC, got in, even though she had horrible grades, and said that she didn't know that her parents had been a part of talking to the deans and stuff to get her into USC, University of Southern California.
So so I don't blame the daughter. I don't, because she didn't really have an active role in it. I don't blame, like, sometimes you just don't know. Like, there are a lot of things that as parents we put into play without our kids knowing, right? So you might call in a favor here, you might call in a favor there, you might tell them I need your transcripts, but you're not telling them what you need the transcripts for. So I don't necessarily fault her. Is she privileged? Yes. Is that her fault? No. It's not her fault that she's privileged. It's just not. Like, they came from a wealthy family, wealthy background. That's a way of life for them. So you can't blame her. I don't give a damn what Romeo over there doing. You can't blame her. Like, that's just like if y'all thinking about the Cosby Show, one thing that sticks out in my mind when Theo, I think it might have been Theo, he was like, we rich. And Bill Cosby was like, no, son, you not rich. We rich. You not rich. And so I think the same concept applies to the kids of privileged family. Like, the parents and stuff are rich. They're just a byproduct of them being rich. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they don't necessarily pay the cost to be the boss. The parents do.
Right. And I think that's true. The only real issue I have with her, as somebody who remembers college, like, you know the criteria to get into the college. Like, you know you went to school. You know when you wrote the paper, you knew if you was going to get an A on that paper, or if it was a C- type of paper. You knew when you took the SAT, the ACT, you didn't know the answer to those questions. And you still chose to apply to University of California when you should have went to the community college. Like, when
it becomes a way of life for you, you don't second guess it. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Oh, I'm going to USC and I don't necessarily have to do anything to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like, your parents can pull the strings and manipulate and talk to and have the relationships. All I know is, as a high school senior, I'm going to USC because that's what my parents told me. And I don't necessarily have to do a thing to get there. I'm just going to show up. I don't even know. So I'm not trying to give her an excuse. I'm just trying to,
Well, let's see what Jada's mom had to say about her coming on, because she had her own take on it as well.
Mm-hmm. To reach out to for her redemption story. I feel like here we are, a white woman coming to Black women for support when we don't get the same from them. It's just, it's bothersome to me on so many levels. Her being here is the epitome of white privilege to me.
I understand where you're coming from, but let me just be clear. I never want to be the thing that was done to me by white women. I never want to be that.
Okay.
I also believe that these are the kind of attitudes that feed the same thing that we're fighting. It's like people look at us, they say, you're Black and you're female, and they automatically put us in a category. Mm-hmm. So looking at her as being white, young, and privileged, and then putting her in a category, it's the same thing. So I just see it.
So as you can see, even in their household, Jada was kind of the olive branch extender, and her mom was like, I come from a different generation where I ain't about to put up with that. So
can I just say, off topic, her mama look younger than she do? Was that just me?
They look good. Black don't crack. Beige ain't age.
She did. Her mama looked real young. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm going back to it. I agree with Jada. I definitely agree with Jada. Like, you treat people how you want to be treated. Like, aside from, like, when people treat you mean, that's on them. That ain't on you. So you have the responsibility as a person to treat people good, to see the good in people, to treat people how you want to be treated. I don't give a damn what she over there plotting against me. That ain't on me. That ain't none of my business. Unless she's trying to kill or do steal and destroy. Then we rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But my responsibility as a human being is to treat people the way that I want to be treated.
Yeah.
Not treat them according to how they treat me.
Right. But you don't know. There could have been a young Black girl who could have got into USC and she got that spot to privilege. You know, you don't know. And to me, it's sad that you can be that privileged. And I remember growing up predominantly white community, because, you know, my dad was a former NBA player. So I grew up with a very affluent, I grew up in a very affluent neighborhood in Saddle River, New Jersey. And I remember having to learn what it was like to deal with white people and what it was like to have cousins in the Bronx. And I had to learn from a sense what privilege meant and how to be knowledgeable enough as a kid to not abuse it. And I think that they're not taught how to not abuse their power because they get to get away with it. So hopefully this has been a wake-up call in this case. But in most cases, I agree with you, Portia, that they don't see the issue because they're in that world where they just get by with things. But in a realer, bigger society, they have to understand that they're risking a lot by doing these things and they're hurting a lot of people in the process.
Yeah. And awareness has to be made clear. Like, you have to bring the awareness, like, you have to bring it to their attention. And if they don't know, they don't know. You can't fault somebody for something that they don't know. It's called ignorance. You can't necessarily fault them for what they don't know. You don't necessarily know what you don't know. And as kids, you know, that their life was privilege. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Romeo, because you over there with all the antics. That's why we can't hear you. Go ahead.
Y'all are freaking hilarious. Number one, it's actually to be no allegedly. She took away from other people who was well deserving. Number one.
Who did?
Olivia
Jade.
Number two, she know damn well she shouldn't be at no USC because she took one test, one curriculum, one nothing of nothing to be at that.
What if she didn't know what the requirements were? What if she didn't know what the requirements were?
How you not?
Because your parents do everything for you.
Well, then you don't need to go to college because who gonna write your
that's the way of life for them. So listen, so I know both sides, right? Because sometimes I do like to be in control. And for my son, I'll give y'all a perfect example. He got into one of the best public schools in Detroit for 9th grade. He flunked out. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. He flunked out. He got F's, he got D's. He thought it was cute. They kicked his ass out. He went to a school that was not so, he ended up going to a school that was not so much the best school in Detroit. And he aced it, got A's, B's, whatever. But I told him if he wanted to get back into the school that was one of the best public schools in Detroit, he had to do that. It hurt me to my core not to be able to walk him through that process and say, this is what, hold his hand and do everything for him because I wanted him to get back in that school. Yes, I wanted him to get back in that school, but I had to teach him that if you want it, you got to go get it. You got to make the phone calls. You got to get your letters of recommendation. You got to make sure that your grades is up. So that was a responsibility as a parent that I had to take on. However, I saw the opposite side of it because I wanted to do everything. I wanted to make the phone calls. I wanted to make sure that we had the relationships open with people just in case I needed to make a phone call and he needed to get back into school. That would have been the case. Like, so I saw both sides, but I had to put it on him. I put the onus on him and I let him know, listen, if this is what you want, then this is what you're going to go get. Because if it's not, I don't give a damn. You could go stay at that school that, you know, don't nobody necessarily know about, don't have no damn network, and you getting A's and B's, but what does it really matter? Because you really ain't learning nothing. I said, you can stay there. I don't care. But if you want to go back to this school, you want to work for it. And that's what he did. That's what he did.
Okay, let me bring you
back to I understand the other I understand the other side of it, because as a parent, I wanted to step in and I wanted to do everything. But I had to let him know that if you want something, you got to go get it and you got to make it happen.
Because once you get in, you have to live up to the standards of that school. Once she got into USC, then what?
TR, you're absolutely right, Portia. Great job. What grade was he in?
So he got kicked out in 9th grade. He ended up going to another public school for 10th grade. And then for 11th grade, he got back into the school of choice on his own.
Please tell me if I'm wrong, TR. As a senior in high school, you know how to, if anything, they push it.
Not if you never had to contend with anything. So if I didn't put my son in a situation and I was like, okay, forget it, I'm gonna get you back into school, he would have never learned that valuable lesson that he has to meet the bare criteria.
Yeah, or flunked out again, because once you get in, there's a real
out again.
There's a real world that you have to be a part of. So my whole thing is, okay, your parents got you into USC. You got to show up for class. That's the reason why it's harder to go to a Howard, a Harvard, a Spelman, a Grambling. There are certain criteria, even a Georgia Tech, Romeo, but there are certain criteria with colleges that's like, you have to get this grade and this is the stature you have to be on. So we know that you will be able to maintain a GPA that makes it even smart for you to even be at this school. If not, you need to go be at somebody's community college. And no shade to community colleges, no shade to 2-year schools, no shade to junior colleges, no shade to them. But it's like, you know, the level that you're thinking on, your academics are on before you go to these schools. So for her, it's like, okay, your parents helped you get in. There's nepotism everywhere. There's a school that I could have went to for basically free just because that was my dad's alma mater. I mean, I had the grades and stuff, but I know how that works. But at the same time, to stay in these schools, you have to be active, and her grades didn't resemble that.
Let me toss this in your face. Is it okay that the parent is only doing 30 days in jail? No. For fraud?
No, not when a black woman went to jail for putting her son in a better school system.
Just changing the address, right?
No, TR, I know you with me. I'm on Portia ass right now. For fraud, for laundering, for helping her daughter get a better education by cheating the system, but mommy comes home for Christmas. Is that okay too? Since we can't blame Olivia, who do we blame, Portia? I'll wait.
Why you want to blame somebody? It would be or whatever their last name is, building, and she would be walking summa cum laude. Yeah. I mean, why you want to blame somebody? It's the system's fault. Like, I mean, I don't know if it's anybody's fault.
So you don't blame Lori Loughlin?
I mean, of course you blame Lori, but I don't necessarily blame her for coming home in 30 days. That was the judge's fault. That wasn't. I don't blame her that she gets to come home for 30 days.
Stay longer to learn my lesson. She didn't want to go to jail in the first place. She didn't want to get caught.
Right. That was the judge. The judge was like, okay, slap on the wrist, 30 days. And she probably didn't even do the 30 days.
Right.
She probably was just like on home arrest. Like, just keep this on the low. Like,
but in all honesty, you get a privileged education and a privileged slap on the wrist.
Yeah, you do.
That's so great.
That's the system's fault.
But in all reality, I do agree with Jada's mother that coming on the Red Table Talk to talk to 3 Black women specifically about what had happened, it's like, why you would want to come on this show? Why you feel like you have to share your truth or apologize to us?
As opposed to going on what show?
Because they
going on The View, going on Kelly Clarkson, going, you know.
So y'all don't want them to reach our audience? Y'all don't, like, I don't understand.
I mean, she got dragged.
She got dragged
right now. Olivia Jade.
I think that comes with the territory. Like, what are they dragging her for? Okay, so getting dragged is one thing.
They're dragging her for acceptance. What? Okay. What was the point? You know what? I didn't like Jada for this. What was the point coming on a Black?
Yeah, the platform.
Like, the platform. What was the point?
She wanted to talk. Maybe she idolizes Jada. Maybe she really identifies with Willow. Maybe she thought that her and Willow had something in common. Like, I don't know.
Like, we ain't the same.
She's a YouTuber. She was on her channel bragging about what?
About being a part of Red Table.
Whoever's behind that girl paid Jada a check. They paid Red Table Talk a check to be on that show. There's no way that
y'all not taking that check.
We
in media. Y'all not taking that check.
So now
Romeo on the remix. Olivia Jade wants to come on the remix. You not taking that check?
No, I'm not.
That's a lie.
A recent situation.
That's a lie.
No, a recent situation that you and I were in, where somebody was reaching out to us, and we knew they was reaching out to us for a validation. That's the only reason.
There wasn't no check associated with that, though, but I understand. Right. Maybe if the check came with it, we would have been like, let's go.
Yeah. Well, maybe that would have been different. Well,
I'm just saying.
Never mind. I'm sorry, Tiara.
We done dragged this on out, y'all. What's next? What else we got? Okay, Olivia J got dragged. You gonna get over it. Sticks and stones may break my bones.
Yeah, I hope she cares as much about this Casey story that of the shooting that had happened to this Black man and real news happening in Black America. That
you talk about Jada?
No, I'm talking Olivia Jade.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jada.
No, I hope she's paying attention to the real issues plaguing our community versus how much we need to give attention to her not going to the school of choice. Nice.
All right.
Hold up. Let me help out Ashley. Allegedly. I felt it coming. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. Black History, December 9th. Black people are just
hold up.
Phenomenal.
Yara, can we take this Black History moment to a white program for validation? I just joke.
No, Jesus.
PBS Pinchback became the first African American governor of any state when he assumed on December 9th, 1872 as temporary governor of Louisiana. Look at him. They did his hair good for that photo shoot. Go back.
He's a Black.
Huh?
He look
a little Creole.
Poisson blanc.
He got a little Creole in him. You know how they do. Yes, look at them edges.
Poisson blanc.
I always wanted the Portia, please help me out with the word, because King James, I miss King James. Please come back, sir. The dichotomy or whatever the word.
Dichotomy come through.
I always wondered how lighter Black men and women had a easier privilege of moving around.
Lighter skin, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had the privilege of moving around and the acceptance. Because I look at that photo, like that's a great Black History moment. But I look at that photo, and then the first thing that pops, that's the first thing that pops up in my head. Like
he could have been the first. Kind of like how we would look at Obama, like, okay, this is a Black man, but it's
more palatable for them to be in leadership positions. Yes.
Right. That's just that always interesting.
I mean, it is interesting because if you think about Kamala Harris, no shade to Kamala Harris, beautiful woman, and she's a variety of being Black, of being Asian American, whatever. But Shirley Chisholm, she ran for president too. And do you think that Shirley Chisholm could have been today's Kamala in today's time? I don't know. It's interesting.
Didn't Jesse Jackson run at one time? No,
Jesse Jackson did run for president. Yeah. But he kind of looked, you know, he ain't Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson is fine, y'all. I'm gonna put it out there.
Speaking of politicians, make sure we get out there and vote for Raphael Warnock, Georgia.
Yes, y'all, get out to vote, Georgia. Warnock.
Early voting, absentee voting starts December 14th. The last day to get out there and vote is for early voting is January 1st. And
wasn't yesterday the last day to register?
Last day to, yeah, the 7th was the last day to register, and then the election is on
Monday,
January 5th, 2021. Yeah. So John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock are the candidates that I'm going for, that I've endorsed. So get out there and make the right decision.
Come on, Georgia.
We can do it. Yeah, that's all for my report in Black History. Birthdays?
We got birthdays. We got birthdays. We got birthdays. Yes or no? Oh, yeah, we got birthdays.
Happy birthday to up on Red Fox because my dad loves Red Fox, and I think that was like the first comedian that I ever saw on TV. Like, okay, this is what comedy is like. I was like 6, so I didn't know it was funny, but I was just like, okay, so this is what makes Black people laugh. Shout out to Red Fox.
Where the birthday song is, y'all? We got balloons.
We got balloons, yeah. The cake is on the way. We got the music playing, cause it's your holiday. Woo! We invited family, and everybody came. I strike a pose for me like you're in a picture frame. You got your finest clothes on, and $1 million smile. So we gon' celebrate you for a while. And don't forget we got these candles when you away. Don't forget we got the candles. Happy birthday, gonna celebrate you for a while. Candles, blowing you away. Wait. Candles. Happy birthday, happy girl, happy girl. So if you're proud to make another year, then put your hands up
and clap them in the air. Happy birthday, y'all.
You got that same voice come December 21st.
What'd you say?
I said, I hope you got that same voice come December 21st.
I don't know what you said. I got some stuff for y'all. I got some stuff. So do I have to physically be in the studio, or can I just do like a Zoom?
You can do a Zoom.
I'm a pre-record my stuff. I'm a pre-record my stuff.
That'd be a great idea. You should pre-record.
Whatever, Romeo.
That's the whole show gonna be dedicated towards December 21st.
I gotta go get my look together, y'all.
So when y'all get the rolling out e-blast of Portia Monique live performance on December 21st, make sure that you sign up. Oh, she thinks it's a joke. Oh no, it's real.
I don't think it's a joke. I'm ready. D-A-Y, ready.
Make sure you sign up for the EP. But the single, she will be performing live on
I'm ready. Ready. Okay, coffee cooking in, y'all. My aunt makes this delicious coffee. I don't know what she put in it, but yeah.
Craig said Al Sharpton ran for president.
Did he? Man. When that happened? Al Sharpton ain't been around for a while.
I gotta look that one up. I don't want to do the social report, Ashley. Jesus, not just
social report. I can't see my comments. Oh,
whatever Africans in the past.
Whatever Ashley. Kathleen said that backup single coming through. She ready?
Yes, ready. Be ready.
So let's start with the family hey Courtney, I'm gonna be in here. Shout out to Courtney. But LA County DA
That's
wants
not
to
Courtney.
I know me and Courtney got something else going on.
Oh Lord.
LA County DA wants to meet with Kim Kardashian about prison reform.
Beautiful.
And Twitter is on fire right now.
Happy or sad?
They are mad. They're like, why is the LA DA district attorney meeting with Kim Kardashian about prison reform when all these organizations and people have been trying to sit down with this? Apparently, a lot of organizations and independents have been trying to sit down with the LA DA, but he has reached out to Kim Kardashian for his 2021 reform for prison. I don't know. People.
I think that it's a good thing. I think we've been talking about privilege all morning, and you got to give it to Kim K that when it comes to this prison reform thing, she has used her privilege to do good work when it comes to getting some people out of jail. And a lot of those people have been Black people who might not have had a chance of getting released had it not been for the powers that be in the Kardashian family. So
yes. So I was watching something yesterday about, we had the story on last week that a Black guy was running for the mayor of New York. Did we know at that time who the Black guy was? Did we have an understanding?
Yeah, he was the show that 50 Cent has is based on him, remember?
Right, for life. So I guess I don't know how I missed that part of it, but when I was watching it yesterday, it kind of struck that he is the guy that the show For Life is based off of, and he's running for the mayor of New York City. Anyway, he was asked a question about Kim K, and he was like, I would welcome a conversation with Kim Kardashian. Why wouldn't I? He said she's helping to get people out of prison. Why wouldn't I welcome, a force, an ally like that, when she has obviously the attention of the powers that be and she can make serious change? Why wouldn't we want that? So I agree with them. Yes.
Romeo, you agree?
No, yeah, I agree.
I gotta ride with the family. Us Kardashians, we support Kim, and what she does.
So so I'm glad that you agree, but I do want to know, would you date one of them?
You doggone right, Courtney. I would date Courtney. Courtney's on my.
Courtney got 3 kids. Are you ready to assume that?
Courtney got 3 kids and an open relationship with her baby daddy.
Yeah.
Courtney's on my 2021 list. Kylie likes Black people and athletes. You damn right. I'm in this. I'm shooting this shot. Yes, I would date a Kardashian.
Even with the Kardashian curse.
I take my 3 years for the rest of my life. Yes. That's the black man's livelihood. 3 years, and then after that,
something's going on.
They obviously have a hold on some of the men that they talk to because they keep the men for years, right? Look at Lamar Odom. What did he say publicly about his ex-wife while he's engaged to somebody else? Why would you embarrass me like that, son?
They do seem like a fun family.
You got one daughter dating one of the top 5 hip hop artists in the world, and then you got another daughter
dating. Who are you talking
about? Married to. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
And then you got another daughter that's dating one of the top NBA players in the freaking league.
Okay.
Yeah. But Kim has done good work. I would have an issue if she was just going to meet up with the you said it's the mayor or the DA of Los Angeles.
Right.
I would be upset if she was just going to do that now, because it's like, but she's been out here doing things for a couple of years. I don't think that her prison reform initiative is like, oh, I just decided I wanted to do this one day. You think about her dad and the legacy that he leaves behind as a lawyer, as an attorney, and the big profile case that he was a part of. And I can see how prison reform could be something that she's interested in doing.
Well, keeping the next social report in the family, we're very sad about this one. We don't know what we're gonna do because he's been tripping. But brother-in-law Kanye West, that Sunday service right now is being sued for unpaid wages up to $1 million. Now, while Kanye West had all these people coming to his Sunday service and singing "Fa La 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 La's" around the world and holding hands and sheets and shirts with holes in them and socks that didn't have no socks, he wasn't paying people. So basically,
let me tell you what that sound like. Okay, no, you go ahead, because I'm gonna tell y'all what it sound like. But go ahead.
So basically, the lawsuit is against Live Nation and Kanye West. Apparently, the singers or his core singers, they said between traveling and they kept all their pay stubs. There was a failure to pay the minimum wage of overtime because Kanye West wanted to change, and we've seen it. Kanye West wanted to change a location, or he wanted to do something different to where their time was not being accommodated for, and the damage and civil penalties are now a part of the law system. So they are filing for $1 million worth of non-being paid. So y'all about following them, man.
How many core choir members does he have?
A lot. Maybe about 30.
100.
How many? 100?
100. They used to 100 from. So he has 100 that travels with him. But what he would do in each city, he would invite singers from that city to participate with him and his 100. So he always traveled with 100 plus people. But I did know that when he came to Atlanta, there was Atlanta had a audition. Actually, Atlanta had a casting call audition for singers who wanted to participate in Sunday service. I do remember that. So yeah.
So what it sounds like to me is that okay, so when I was in corporate America, we would work our 40 hours. I was salaried, right? So we were expected to work our 40 hours a week plus casual overtime. That casual overtime, basically it would have me up at 4:00 in the morning, meetings with China and India, because their time zone was ahead of mine. And I still will have to go into the office and work until 5 because people expected you to be in the office and get that FaceTime. So I never was able to report over 40 hours. It sounds like to me that they were doing casual overtime, number one, because they enjoyed what they did, number two, because they wanted to be on the team, and number three, because they wanted to be included. They wanted to be on the scene, letting everybody know that they singing with the Kanye West choir. And so they probably never asked for the overtime. They probably was just like, okay, this is expected. And when it's expected, you don't necessarily say nothing, because you over there, you having a good time and you singing and you known and everybody know who you are. You traveling from city to city and you doing that thing. But when it comes down to the money, and now y'all not traveling no more, now y'all stopping and thinking like, what about all that overtime we had? We need to get paid and compensated for that. But y'all wasn't saying none of that while y'all was traveling city to city and singing and feeling good. That's what it sounded like to me.
Let me ask you this, corporate wise. Does it make a difference? Now that I understand. Does it make a difference that the EP is on iTunes and Spotify?
I don't know what. So what makes the difference is what's in your contract. So if you had in your contract that I need to get paid X amount for X amount, I also want to get paid royalties off of the songs. I also want, like, what makes the difference is what's in your contract. And if none of that's in your contract, you don't have a case. You don't have a case. And casual overtime is not necessarily in someone's contract. It may be, but I don't know if they specify a time a set of hours or what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just expected.
Labor laws are harder in the music industry in general because of the way hours are set up, especially as performers. So it's like, how can they really say this was overtime or this wasn't overtime because it's not the standard 40-hour week?
Let somebody try that with Beyonce. Beyonce works like a horse. If you on her team, you already know what's expected. I'm sure you're probably getting paid fairly and all of that, probably more than fairly, but you know what's expected. Like, she has done documentaries where she said, I worked literally for 3 days straight and didn't realize that I was doing it because I was so focused on what I was doing. And if you on her team, there's just a higher standard set and a higher level of expectation that this is the work that needs to be done. So now that y'all not traveling and y'all not touring and y'all not singing and the money not coming in and you're not getting that other dopamine from the crowds and and being known as being a part of Kanye's choir, now it's sinking in that we need some money. So give us $10,000 a piece. And $10,000 really ain't a lot. Like, y'all only gonna sue for $1 million. If you're gonna do it. That's $10,000 a piece. For what? A month?
Yeah, that ain't.
Maybe 2 months, perhaps. I don't know. Anyway, it just sounds like they thought about it. They're not touring right now. They're not working right now, and they figured they need some money. They came together, and they was like, "Yeah, he was overworking us. Let's get that money, y'all." That's what it sounds like to me.
Well, speaking of that money, Atlanta, get ready because everybody's moving to Atlanta now.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my December 21st.
It's official. Miami, New York, LA, everybody moving to Atlanta. Miami mayor says they've been cracking down on the city's underground parties now. Francis Sorars said the rules of safety do apply, especially with large gatherings. On Monday, he said that there will be, and I quote, "We are not out to enforce this weekend. We are out to shut it down. All parties shut down. Underground parties shut down. Miami." And then he called out Little Havana. He called out Wynwood, Brickwood. He said that Miami Police Department has his full support that they will perform and currently they've arrested over 1,827 people.
Where they gonna hold them at?
27 closures of businesses and that are not following the guidelines. And people in Miami said, "Hey man, we might as well just move to Atlanta because Atlanta is not gonna shut down."
Ain't no beaches in Atlanta though. Like,
that is our one caveat.
It is money here. That's all it is. So Miami is officially shut down.
Ain't no Ocean Drive.
LA is shut down.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
New York is shut down. Everybody's coming to Atlanta now. It's a wrap. Welcome to Atlanta, all y'all new club and party people.
Bam, 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 bam. I don't know where that came from.
Party people. All my party.
Everybody come to Atlanta.
Everybody is
dancing. You know what's so funny? And this is gonna release next week. I was in a conversation with Tessa Thompson yesterday, and she even brought up, she was like, "It's funny. I haven't been to Atlanta yet, but the one thing I do know that ain't closed in Atlanta is Magic City." I said, "Tessa, oh my goodness." So
where's the lie? You should have said, "Oh yeah, I was there last week."
No.
No, that's true. That's true. I know firsthand because I was there last week with the Jeezy and Gucci versus
Compound, which held 12,000 people.
But and the after party was Compound, but the actual versus was at Magic City. He was there too. You was there, wasn't you, Romeo?
And that is the social report for rolling out.
I just saying, you was there. He was there, and he knows.
If there's no footage, there's no truth.
We got footage. Roll the tape. Look at his face. Look at his face. What we got for question of the day, y'all?
Yeah, what is the question of the day? Because clearly y'all didn't like my candles yesterday.
When you supposed to come back and tell us something? You're supposed to come back. You wasn't off the hook. You're supposed to come back and tell us who your boo was and what you getting her for Christmas.
I want to pick up them candles today.
The one who belongs to you. Oh, the emoji legend. Oh, yes. Yes.
Enlighten me.
Yes.
Ashley, a joke. Oh,
no. Go ahead, break your phone now. Let us know.
We talking about the question of the day. Ashley, what's the question of the day?
No, because we was talking about the emoji legend. You said you are organized and your phone has certain emoji. Your phone has certain emojis for all of your contacts in your phone, right? And you were going to tell us exactly what that meant.
No. I'm not going to do that. I do not have backup right now. The only taste I can give you is this. Let's hypothetically, let's say you got your phone, and right now, if I hit this icon right here, and I said search, tell, and then you know what? I believe this is and Tiara, I'm pretty sure you do this as well in your phone. You organize your content, right? Right?
Do what? Yeah. Tell me what you do so I can't confirm or deny until
you organize your contacts, Tiara. That's what I'm trying to say, right?
I have names on my phone. I mean,
right. We organize contacts by names. Like there are no emojis attached to every name.
So hypothetically, let's say you type this icon right here. Now, hold up, I don't want to put. Now in this icon, you see all the hills. These are hills. These are all hills. Everybody that has a hill, I got a lot of contacts. Anyway, everybody that has a hill next to their name means they walk very well. That's all. That means they have very good posture when they walk. Next, what's the question of the day, Ashley? Tiara, don't do that. Don't do that, Tiara.
I was just.
No fight. Oh, Ashley, I'm gonna get you. Oh, I'm gonna get you on fire today. Oh,
yeah.
Bet.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
Look,
That's hilarious.
I just have to keep up. First of all, my aunts are my boo. I just got to keep up with my 7,000 contacts. That's all. You know, you got to put people in perspective. Know what they there for. That's all. Tiara, stop looking at it like that.
I didn't make no comments.
Spellman got their icon in there. Spellman icon.
What is it? A blue heart? Right.
No, ain't no blue heart.
What is it?
All right. The question of the day is, Iris Baker, don't encourage Ashley.
What Iris say?
Good one, Ashley. Don't encourage.
That's funny.
That was good.
So y'all, we getting too close to movie time. I mean, so Christmas. It just don't seem like Christmas, but there are a lot of Christmas movies that are coming out. We spoke with Kylie Pratt last week and Brooks Darnell on their Christmas movie that came out last week, but it's a lot of Christmas movies that came out. We were watching one yesterday. It was old. I didn't know that it was associated with Jay-Z in a way, but Lance Rivera. Y'all know who Lance Rivera is? So I ended up looking him up. He was the executive producer of the show. I think it was called The Perfect Holiday with Queen Latifah, Terrence Howard, Morris Chestnut, Gabrielle Union. Actually, it was the first time that I saw it. Charlie Murphy was in the movie. And Lance Rivera was the executive producer. It definitely had like a 90s music feel to the entire movie. It was great though.
I only knew them to play partners in what's that other movie that they had? Was it like two? That wasn't two play that game, was it?
Who? Morris and Vivica,
Morris
I think.
and Gabrielle Union.
Two could play that game. I thought that was Vivica.
You don't remember that movie with Gabrielle Union and Morris Chestnut?
Well, I thought that was Vivica. Two could play that game was Vivica.
It could have been.
Yeah. So The Perfect Holiday was a 2007 comedy directed. Oh, it was directed by Lance Rivera. Starred Gabrielle Union, Morris Chestnut, Charlie Murphy, Terrence Howard. It was produced by Queen Latifah. She was also in the movie as the narrator. It was released on December 12th, 2007. And it was also the first film by Destination Films to receive a wide release. It was actually a good movie made in 2007. Cat Williams was in it, so it was definitely comedy. Jill Marie Jones, y'all remember her as Tony from Girlfriends.
Tony Childs.
My girlfriends. What you say?
It was a great movie. Matter of fact,
you remember? Oh Lord, he didn't. Oh Lord, I hope he ain't putting me up there. He must be putting Ashley up there.
No. Not only do I remember. Oh my God, I forgot until Portia just said something. I went to that premiere with somebody.
Let's see. That was in 2007. You went with Ashley?
Who it was? This is so interesting that you said that.
Wow. So 2007, Mark Hamill, Khalil Ryan, Terrence Brown. I wanted to say somebody else. Rachel True was in it. Oh, Faison Love was in that movie too.
Faison Love. Did you hear about a recent story with Faison Love that it was a movie that had came out, and on the overseas version of like the billboards and things like that, his picture was X'd out of the billboard, so you couldn't see him in it. And he thinks it's because of race and that they didn't want the overseas audience to know that a black man was in that movie.
I didn't see that. What's the name of that movie?
Let me pull it up.
So anyway, Facebook family, what is your favorite holiday movie? Chime in. What's your favorite holiday movie? Soulful. Is that Soulful?
No, that's This Christmas.
And this Christmas, yes. Is that Laz Alonso back there? A very special. Come on, y'all. What's your favorite holiday movie?
I love This Christmas. I love Best Man Holiday was a good one. I like Jingle Jangle as a new Christmas movie.
Yes, Jingle Jangle came through.
I love The Grinch, the original Grinch. I love The Grinch.
Whoville. Little people from Whoville. Jingle all the way. If y'all had to make a Christmas movie, what would your Christmas movie be about? So I was looking at, so now that I'm in media, I look at things from totally different perspectives. Like I was dissecting the movie yesterday from 2007, and it still rang true today, the whole storyline and everything. But if y'all had to make a Christmas movie, what would it be about? Who would be your characters? What would y'all do and say? Romeo over there concentrating. He ain't trying to think. You trying to make that meme right quick. You trying to get Ashley back.
That was a love story, so.
A love story? Yeah. Don't you think it's a lot of love stories for Christmas? Like what's missing? So I read a lot of I watch a lot of Tyler Perry, and Tyler tends to lean more towards the what's missing piece, right? So what's missing from a Christmas movie?
I guess a pandemic Christmas.
For sure.
Don't do that. No pandemic Christmas.
What was the movie with Idris Elba? A Quarantine Christmas. Absolutely. What was the movie with Idris? Was that This Christmas? When he was that was okay. Yeah, he was fine in that movie. I said it. Yeah, he was fine in that movie. What else is missing from Christmas movies, y'all? We got Heartbreak Hotel. We got Finding Love, The Preacher's Wife. That used to be, oh yes, that's my favorite Christmas movie, y'all. Y'all remember The Preacher's Wife with Whitney Houston?
I
heard.
And Denzel Washington.
Soundtrack was so good. All the Whitney soundtracks were good, but that soundtrack was fire.
Go ahead and sing some songs, Tiara.
Yes.
What song comes to mind when the preacher's wife come on?
I am nobody's Whitney Houston.
The Lord is my salvation. Y'all remember that song?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Come on, Tiara.
My favorite soundtrack is I Believe in You and Me. I believe.
I used to be a choir director.
You believe it? What do you say? You believe
He's sitting up there trying to buy time. Romeo, you slow. You slow.
Buy time.
Yes, you are.
I am trying to help you out with the perfect holiday. Because that was a great movie.
So what would it have? What elements would it have? Jingle Jangle had all of them. Jingle Jangle had.
They was dancing.
Yes, they was dancing. They was singing. We had a villain. We had heroes. We had several heroes. We had newcomer. Mm-hmm. We had fashions. We had comedy.
Mm-hmm.
We had all of it.
Felicia Rashad coming through, looking all elegant and regal.
Yeah, I love more of the animated series for Christmas. I really do.
So what you want?
Did y'all realize? Oh, okay, I understand. Animated, like what? Charlie Brown Christmas, because that come up all the time.
Charlie Brown Christmas, Transformers Christmas.
Never seen it.
Transformers Christmas.
Transformers, never seen it.
Like the car?
Terrible.
It would be cool to see a superhero Christmas movie. Like, what if all the superheroes, like,
It's a Wonderful Life,
did a Christmas movie?
What else, y'all?
I am going to be so upset if I do not find this photo. Oh my God.
Who you looking for?
Something that's going to shock you guys.
Right, Home Alone. So that was something that I didn't necessarily associate with Christmas, but I just didn't. I don't know why, but Home Alone was a Christmas movie. Y'all know that?
I didn't know that. I thought it was just. I did not know that part.
Wasn't there a Friday that was like a Christmas movie? Like, was it Friday 2 or Friday 3?
Let's make a Black Christmas movie. I don't think so. Oh! You talking about what Ricky Smiley was in it? He got cut out of the scenes though because he was a bad Santa or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Friday after next. Yeah.
There's some Christmas.
So let's make a Christmas movie this for next year, and of course we're gonna have some elements of quarantine in it. But what else are we gonna have in it? Who would y'all like to star in y'all Christmas movie? I want Felicia Rashad as a grandma. I do.
See, Loretta Devine do something. She could be my auntie.
I love Loretta Devine. Portia Monique. Lauren London needs to be in one. That sounds like a movie that's already out though.
Yeah, Lauren London was in this Christmas.
Yeah, she was.
And Loretta Devine was in this Christmas, right?
I don't know. Bring up the picture again. I don't remember Ryan Destiny. Yeah. Who else?
Character. Yeah, there go Loretta.
Oh, yep. There go Idris. Chris Brown. Lauren London. Oh, that's Keith. What's his name, y'all? Keith.
It's Bag, Regina King.
That was actually a good story.
Oscar Award winner, period.
What happened to the lady that sits standing behind Lauren London? What's her name? She used to be in a lot of Tyler Perry movies. What was her name? She was in Why Did I Get Married? But she was beautiful. What was her name, y'all?
The way you said it, she was in a lot of Tyler Perry movies.
I didn't mean like that. She was a great actress. She was in Dreamgirls too. I'm trying to think of the song that she was trying to tell Effie. Something about
I wonder why
no second-rate diva who can't sustain.
What did you say, T.R.?
I said, I wonder why Mariah Carey never starred in a Christmas movie, because she reminds me so much of Christmas. I wonder why she never starred in a Christmas movie just by herself.
Who wants to hear her voice?
What are you?
We love Mariah Carey.
All I want for Christmas is you. What are you talking about?
I don't want a lot for Christmas. But didn't she do something for Christmas? Was that last year and she got booed off the stage?
I think
Was she lip syncing?
But no MC.
New York Eve.
No MC slander will be tolerated. I love me some Mimi. She's my favorite.
The emancipation of
Hold her
Mimi.
right up next to Whitney.
Ooh.
Mariah Carey. As a songwriter too, she wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You. She wrote We Belong Together.
Did y'all want to hear the lyrics to my song, Leaving for Christmas? I got another title on my song. I've been writing, y'all. I've been writing. I can't wait for my song to come out. Anyway, what we going into? Romeo, are you gonna pull this up or not? Because we about to go on a positive thoughts, Pooh.
And I am so upset. I really was gonna shock y'all with this one, and I cannot seem to locate it. That's when you know you really got to go through your phone and clean out 1,000 billion photos and stuff. But
what are you looking for? Just tell us.
Oh no, I got to give y'all proof. I know how y'all two are. Y'all want the proof and nothing but the proof.
Proof is in the pudding.
And you know, I don't want our viewers to think that it's a flex or a cap. I need them to see this. Oh, here it is.
Oh, Lord. Hallelujah.
So the movie was what? A perfect what?
Holiday? Perfect Christmas. Perfect holiday.
So,
was it a perfect holiday or perfect Christmas?
So I'm gonna give y'all an insight to Romeo and his emojis.
The perfect holiday.
Once upon a time, a young, super young Romeo at the who was it? An intern at that time at one of the dopest radio stations on the planet, had to flex and lie to get into a position in order to take somebody to the premiere that happened to Atlanta, the perfect holiday premiere, right?
Let's see it.
You want to see who he took to the premiere?
Yes, let's see it. Is that Gabrielle? You took Gabrielle Union to the premiere?
That is young Romeo and Gabrielle Union.
Oh.
You took her to the premiere?
Let me tell you, the game is good. Yes. Let me tell y'all, hey man, boy, I got some stories. You would be
tell us what happened there before we go. Why you couldn't find that earlier so we could have went into the story and found out what happened?
It was a great, wonderful time, and I love the fact that she's a beautifully married woman to one of the greatest basketball players ever, and that's all I gotta say. Great moment in time. Boy, if I can show y'all my list, woohoo! Her smile is signature too. Yep, D Shields like D Shields. You see her, D Shields. You see her smile next to me.
Send that to us right quick. It's on your Instagram. We saw it was on your Instagram. It is, right?
Nope, it's in my archives. I had to pull it off. You know, you don't keep pictures up of married women once they get married. That's rude.
That was 2007. She wasn't married in 2007.
Right, but she's married now. You got it. It's a different game, Portia. You already got somebody you in control of because you telling him what scarves to wear. So technically, you can't say that.
Obviously, I'm not in control because he bought both of them anyway. That's the thing. But I understand where you were trying to come from. Okay, well, good for you. It was a really good movie, and Gabrielle, she played her butt off in it, so that was good. I liked Morris Chestnut. Anyway, if y'all haven't seen it yet, go back and see it. Go back and watch it. It's a really good family feel-good movie. They was channeling Puff in the movie, so it was around that whole time, and it was little sayings that they were saying like take that. It was hilarious to me. My mom was looking like, why are you laughing at that? It's funny. Anyway, let's get into positive thoughts. We got 2 minutes left, y'all. Kick it off. Yes. Kick it off. Yeah.
I'll start with positive thought. 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bit. 5.
You did that yesterday.
Okay, my fault. 5 bit, 3 bit, 2 bit, 1. Producer Ashley, I got something. I got something for you coming.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I passed it to Tiara Berry.
Well, my positive thought today is what can I leave y'all with today on Wednesday? Be kind to yourself. Do something nice for yourself today. It doesn't have to be your birthday. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It doesn't have to be anything special to make today special by treating yourself. So if you want to have that cheat meal, if you want some ice cream, if you want to drink hot chocolate, I don't know, whatever it is that you like to do that's just for you today, be kind to yourself because you deserve it, because you made it through 2020. So shout out to everybody who is still waking up, getting to it. So you deserve it. Go treat yourself. And I'm going to pass it to Portia.
So I am still on my peace and purpose and preparing for the new year. Today is Wednesday, December 9th. And we only got so many days left in this year. Hallelujah, 2020. About to be gone. But I do want to encourage everyone to, if you haven't thought about it, start building your mastermind group. Start building that group that you can bounce things off of and come to and be creative with and put plans in place and help you get to where it is that you need to go. When you put it out there in the universe, it always comes back to you, because you're putting it out there and this is what you want. This is what you desire. You just got to be consistent with it. So get your mastermind group together. And one thing about your mastermind group and your inner circle is that you wouldn't have to move in silence, y'all. You wouldn't have to move in silence if the people you surrounded yourself, if the people that you surrounded yourself with wanted you to win.
Yep.
Let me say that again, because I kind of messed it up a little bit. You wouldn't have to move in silence if the people that you surrounded yourself with wanted you to win. Get you some people around you that want you to win. Like, get your mastermind group together. Mm-hmm. Like, don't be afraid to put stuff out there because somebody might take it. You around the wrong people. Like, put it out there so that somebody might hear it and somebody might drop your name in a room full of opportunities, and now you on to the next step. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Preparation, peace, purpose. What'd you say?
Tiara, why is she so angry?
That's what my baby say. That's my baby say. Mom, why you? No, I'm not angry. I'm just passionate about it. Like, everybody always want to talk about, oh, I'm hold on to this. Oh, I'm not announcing this. You around the wrong people. Announce it. Let people know what you're trying to do, because that person might know somebody else that can connect you with another person that can actually make your dreams come true.
Change your circle. That's what purpose. That's why it's called purpose.
Change your circle. Get your mastermind group together. What y'all doing? What y'all working on? I'm just saying. It's meant to be positive, Romeo. It's not anger. It's passion.
Okay.
On that note.
Thank y'all for watching.
It's 10:02.
On that note, y'all, let's go. Who's in y'all mastermind group? Ask yourself, who's in your mastermind group?